and she was really, really, really cute, and I expected her to like get naked and be smooth, because it's just sort of normal, I feel. Almost every girl I had been with, let's say the last 10 girls I had been with before I fucking get no more pussy. No, I'm just kidding. But the girls I had sex with before, I'm with the same for the last 6 years, they're usually bald. They're shaved. They have like a little landing strip. Some have a little hearts, or some have a little like finger, a little lawnmower. No, I'm just kidding. No, but they're usually bald, and the lips are bald and trimmed, and then they go and get it waxed and all that business. This girl did not. I remember her pulling her panties down. She had these little skinny, fancy drawers, and I pulled them down, and all of a sudden there's bush. And I remember being like, whatever, you know, I pull them down, we're fooling around, I think we're just gonna have a little sex, but she starts trying to push me down to go down on her. And it's true, I'm not saying I won't, that I've never and I don't want. I'd rather not eat it
Why are you even editing it? It's not like you're gonna fuck anybody in this room,
That's
man.
true,
You're a
I'm just
married
saying.
man, so you can flat out be like, I don't eat pussy with hair on it.
Well, I'm saying, because
I'm
I'm
that
just trying
guy.
to think, I'm saying I would eat, I'm not against totally eating hairy pussy, but I'd rather not eat it. If I could just have some sex.
You're coming off like a fucking politician, dude. I don't condone hairy pussy, but at the same time, I don't not condone it either.
Well, I don't want to sit here and sit like I won't eat hairy pussy, because I'll eat that pussy.
Okay.
If I like the pussy, I'll eat the pussy, hairy or not. But I'd rather sort of
What did
stay
you do
away
in this
from it.
situation?
I ate the pussy. But again, it was one of those things where it's hairy, and I wasn't really into, because I'm trying to get in there and I'm trying to get the business going. I'm trying to pull the hood up to get to the fucking spot, and like hair is getting caught in my fingertips, and it's getting real moist. It's getting moister and wetter, and all of a sudden, like, this hair is like starting to mat down. It looks like you know, like when you get out of the shower and you part it down the middle like buckwheat. It's like matted. It's like stuck to your face, and then you go like this.
Well, not buckwheat. You mean like alfalfa?
Yeah. I'm an alpha.
Does it have one long strand sticking up?
Yeah, there's just one long strip hanging off the pussy. And that's how you find the clit. You go like this, you pull that aside, and there's the clit right there. It's like a little button. It's a little sign, tell sign. It's like a flag, like a golf hole. Right, the flag? No, but anyway, so it was getting all wet, and I remember it was a little...
I never want to fuck you, ever, man. The way you're describing shit, it looks like a golf pole, man. Fucking hanging out, and you hit the thing, you box it. Like, your sex is very aggressive.
Well, that's what it reminds me. That's the way I can explain it best, right? It's like it was like a matted, moist. It was getting wetter and wetter, and it started sticking down, and then it was like harder to get through, and it was getting stuck on my fingers, and I'm trying to get rid of the old heave-ho. Like every once in a while, I like to lick the hood, or the clit, and then I like to give her like the corkscrew, and then a little ass play. You're
always busy scoring your actions.
Yeah. But you know, then it's like this, and all of a sudden you're twisting the pubic hair around your finger. So then it's like, oh, you like this? Meow.
And she's like, fuck, no!
She was. It hurt a little bit. And then also, like, I feel like the combination of, like, the moistness and the wet hair and the sweatiness and my saliva, because I'm like... And I'm spitting all over, and I'm drooling. Like, it started smelling a little faint, like pubic ass mouth muse piece, right? And then that
old familiar smell we all know.
Yeah. So I'm like, fuck it. But now I'm determined. I'm like, I want her to come all over my face. So now it's even more. So I keep going at it, and I work my way around the hair and stuff. But I'm thinking at the end, I'm like, man, I just don't see why she'd leave it. It's not even like, I could see like girls out here where it's cold, they're like, I gotta let it grow a little and keep my pussy warm. You know, they're like, I wanna keep the pussy warm and shit, you know? We're in, you know, it's California, it's warm.
Do you really think there's anybody, like, let me just take a quick poll. Ladies, how many of you are rocking a full bush in the winter because it's cold? Nobody, dude.
I see two up there. See, look, full bush right there. out of all this, so,
You act like it's a fucking pelt, man. And you're like, they gotta hold on to that for the winter months, otherwise they could die.
I would, like, put it this way, if I could grow a beard, which I can't, this has been like 2 months, 3 months, this little business.
Right.
I would grow a beard to keep my face warm out here if I lived here, right? Guys?
No.
Pubic hair?
You're alone.
I would grow my
How much
bush.
fucking warmth are you gonna generate out of a merkin, dude?
A lot.
It doesn't even, like, the pubic hair doesn't even, like, cover your dick and balls. It's a top of it. It's, like, above it. So it's not like, and with the, you're an idiot, dude. Why am I even trying to explain it? It's not like a fucking, like a blanket that you put on something. Or
It is a warm, it keeps it warm. And for girls, it goes all the way down to the ass. And then they can even let their ass hair grow and keep their bunghole fucking warm.
Why, you don't have ass hair?
A little bit. I don't grow a whole bunch, but if I could get in there and shave it without cutting myself, like I have the last few times I tried, I would, because I hate when I like shit like 3 times throughout the day.
Yeah.
And then I'll be showering, I'll go to like wash myself, and like I'm scrubbing my ass, and all of a sudden I feel there's like chunks of dingleberries in there. It's pretty gross, right? Sorry about that. Well, let me tell you
that part's been gross. Like,
well, I think
everything you talked about, that was beyond the pale.
Well, shitting is a little bit grosser than some of the others. The shitting is sort of.
What, your dingleberries are made of shit?
They are. They're like, well, it's like toilet paper and shit all combined in a clump.
I just don't think you know how to wipe properly.
Well, that's true too. That's why I stopped wearing tighty whiteys.
For that reason?
Yeah, because I'd always have I would have proof of my bad wiping skills.
Right.
So let me tell you, by the last couple of days I was here.
Yes.
So the other 2 nights ago, me and the wife were here, and I like woke up and I was super horny, and I'm like, babe, come on, let's do it. And she's like sending emails. She's like, man, I'm sending emails. I'm sorry, I have to tell this because it was the funniest thing. In 6 years, it's never been like this, but it was like she's writing an email, and I start, like, she's on the side, and I'm on the side this way, and I'm playing with it, and I'm kissing her neck, and I'm like jerking off, trying to get my dick nice and hard, and keeping it hard. And I'm like, come on, babe, put the phone down, stop emailing. And she's like, no, hold on, I'll be finished in a minute. So then I start like rubbing my helmet on it and stuff, and I just put a little bit in, and I'm thinking she's gonna put it down, except I have a little bit in, and she's gonna get into it. And then I'm like, all right, let me just put the whole thing in. And then so I go even further, and now I'm just starting to go a little bit. I'm like, all right, she's moving a little bit, but she's still emailing, and I didn't really care so much. But anyway, so I'm like, after she's like finishing up the email, I'm like, come on, you gonna put the phone down? She's like, you know what, why don't you just come and get it over and finish? So I'm like, no, but I'm like, all right, at least she's like doing me a favor. She's like, let me get one off and shit before I go. But then I'm like, look, I'm not gonna be able to come with you sitting there with a fucking phone and shit. And I'm looking at her trying to be all sexy, and I'm like, ugh. She's like this, text, email, text. And she's like, it's almost like I'm fucking a pie or something at this point, because she's not moving, is my point. Like, she's a little, like, moving a little bit, but not her face. Her face was too into the
How do you lost me? You said your wife's like fucking a pie?
Well, I'm not saying that she's a pie, but I'm saying that her facial expression was as stiff as a pie.
Okay.
It was like this. And then so I'm like, babe, will you get into it a little bit? Like, just for a sec, because she's like, get it over it, come. Let me finish my...
Your lady does have a very serious look at all times. Like, Jason's wife is beautiful, but she has a very serious look. Like Mr. Spock. Like, everything is illogical to her, you know? Especially you, I'd imagine. Especially when you're like, can you fucking put your phone down to fuck me? She's like, that would be illogical, Captain.
Yeah, it really is. And I was like, just can you put it down, and I'll finish, and then I'll leave you alone, and then you can be like, all right, this asshole's out of here. Let me finish my emails, and I'll do this and do this and this. Okay. But I'm like, I just need a minute of your attention. Just get into it for a second. We'll get to town. You can pretend that we can pretend like we're having the best sex of our lives.
Sounds like she's got to do a lot of pretending.
No, yeah. Well, she does. But she puts her phone down, and I swear to God, it was like this. So she's like, Not exactly. It was a little bit even sexier than that, but still as fake as that.
Right.
So as sexy as she could make it in her acting, it was still fake. I could tell she was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, and I was like, you know what? Don't bother. I was getting more excited about her on her phone, being like, oh yeah, T-O-N-T as taunt. that word, taunt. But you know, she's like writing, and I'm looking at her face, and at least she had expression in her writing. She was like.
She was more passionate about writing the email than fucking you.
Then when she put it down, and she was like, I will pretend to fuck you now. She's like, oh. And I swear to God, I was like, you know what, just stop. It was the craziest thing, because let's say in the past, I've been like, just give me a few minutes to come. Like, she's maybe pretended, but it's sort of been a good pretending.
Right.
And maybe she pretends all the time, but I don't know, because it's a good pretend. It was not. It was just like,
You were looking for a little fucking Matt Damon, she gave you nothing but Affleck.
Yes! Exactly.